Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lined up, but first, our weather brought to us by Panhandle Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Got some really pretty weather this weekend. It's really been, this week and going on into this past weekend, and we've got some situation now where it's staying this way. It may get some rain Saturday night, but it's still, Saturday's still looking great. High today's going to be 62 and low 42. But check this out: water temperature 59. That is as cold as it has been in a very, very long time. 59 degrees with a Gulf water temperature. That's right now. That's just cold. I don't care what time of the year. The river reading brought to us by no one right now. I'm sure that's an open spot some of y'all want to jump on. I probably go to Bluntstown, 17.8, right at 18 foot, and it's steady. It's dropped a little bit, but it's still steady. That's high water. Choctahatchee at Caryville is below 10. It's actually at 9.5, and both rivers are steady. Looks like they're going to be steady for the weekend. Not a lot of movement, so you can get out, get there without a lot of swift water and get in some good fishing holes. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're looking at good, strong tides today. We're back in the situation now. We just passed those neap tides. Today is January the 16th. Good incoming tide, but look at the rest of the week at that strong incoming tide for the weekend. It's going to be great fishing. We're looking at a low is this morning 252 and a high at 5 o'clock. So it's incoming all day, and the north wind is going to be very light, about 2 to 3 miles per hour. So that's not much movement at all. Usually, sometimes you get that strong north wind and sort of holds that back the incoming winter tide, but not the case now. And looking at the calendar, it made me think today's Wednesday, and I was trying to think of March the 20th. March the 20th is a very special day because that's the first day of spring. And this year, March the 20th, among other reasons, it's special to us, but also March the 20th is on a Wednesday, so I started counting them up. 9 Wednesdays from today is the first day of spring. Now, isn't that something? I'll give you something to look forward to. Just put your little chart on the refrigerator, mark off those Wednesdays. 9 weeks from today, first day of spring. I'd like to hear that in cold winter weather. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I want to thank Bill and Mark and Michael for taking the show yesterday. They did a real good job. I appreciate them doing it. And we're going to move on now to today's pictures. I saved this one for you. I picked it up last week, but the professional bass fishermen, they're getting fishing Lake Sam Rayburn. Check this out. The dog puts fisherman's RV in reverse and backs it into the lake. I won't call out name. His name's on the side of the trailer, looks like. But anyway, what happened, he backed the boat in there and put it in the park, and the dog was so excited, somehow the dog hit the transmission button and it just rolled back. So you can see he's helping pull it out, and that's a big fish he caught right there. All right, let's get some local hunting pictures. The Lord blessed me with this one this afternoon. That's Tad Davis, a nice buck, and we've had some really nice bucks taken this past weekend. So Corey Capps sent this in to Florida Panhandle Hunters. My wife, Selena Capps, and then a nice buck Selena up there in the Alpha and Bluntstown area. Nice buck Selena. Okay, thanks, Corey. Carly Barfield also sent this one in, and also from Bluntstown or Alpha. I get them. I don't know if she's from Alpha or Bluntstown, but it's a big difference now. You don't believe me? Just ask the folks up there. But that's a nice buck and a great picture. Like I say, the girls have dominated the hunting this season. I honestly have seen more girl pictures than guys. How about one more? Paula Rooks Simpler over here in Walton County Sunday afternoon. A nice 7-point. Good job, Paula. So that Paula Rooks Simpson. Now let's run to a storm picture. I still like showing these. I know it's been a while, but this is looking at the Mexico Beach Canal before the hurricane. And you can see, everything's set up and everything real nice. And then the other one, this is after. Now, is that amazing? You see hardly any houses, but you see the red dots. What that was, that's a home that was on that side. It went 1,200 feet. It floated 1,200 feet to that second dot up in the corner. that house, the water just came up and just floated that house way back there in that direction, and it shows you directly how the waves were coming in. But you can see, before, okay, you see the house right there? You can see the house on the left right there, okay? And then after. An amazing example of the energy and all this storm had. Okay, I'm going to read you this one. It's going to take the time. Michael Harris sent this. I want to show you the book first, okay? Okay, look at that. Michael and Braden Harris with a spike, and the story behind it is what's fascinating. And I'm going to just take time to read it to you because it's heartwarming to me, and I'm very proud of this. And I'm going to read it to you. And, okay, this is Michael. Yesterday was one of my favorite hunting trips ever. Since my injury, my ability to hunt with my son has been limited. When Braden Harris was 9, he killed his first deer while hunting with his granddaddy. Since then, he has killed deer with some of my very good friends that have taken him. I'm very grateful that I have friends that take time with my son to fill that gap for me. Well, yesterday was time for me and Gutshot to sit together. We had a blast. We made a bunch of noise opening snack cakes, opening Dr. Peppers. You picture all this, I can. Dropping things, having to keep turning on the heater because the wind kept blowing the pilot light out. Dropping the shooting sticks and talking. Like Braden quite often says, it will be a miracle if we see anything. We got to watch a group of turkeys for about an hour. Then right at dark, a deer showed up at about 300 yards. He made his way to the right beside us and got downwind. He spooked and ran. He stopped one more time at 105 yards, and that's when Marcel's 2.0 gave him a one-way ticket to an Elvis concert. It was all high fives and celebrating. This deer will always be mine and Braden's trophy of our lifetime. Not because of the size of the deer, but because of the laughs, oops, clings, clangs, and everything finally coming together for it to be possible to be with my son when he killed a deer. I love you, son. We wouldn't trade our time spent together for anything or anybody. That captures the true meaning of on a hunting trip with someone that you really care about. And I just, like Michael said, that wasn't a big old trophy buck, but that was a buck taken hunting with your son, and it's just a special time. And that sort of, when I read that, I just thought, I was overwhelmed, so happy for them, because I know Michael has really a challenge in being in a wheelchair all the time. It's just a challenge. He don't ever complain about it, but he misses out on a lot of opportunities, and have the chance to do that with Braden, and you can picture. You've been in a tree stand before with a kid or something that, like I say, pop the drinks, the paper, and everything. They make noise. That's the way they are. That's what they do. So you can picture all that happening, and there will be a miracle to see something. Well, that miracle did happen, and I want to congratulate Michael and Braden for taking that. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's talk a second about one thing. We're always looking for silver lining and looking for the glass that's half full. One of the things the other day, I had run down to the Cape for a little while, and I was going through Mexico Beach, and of course, again, we talked about all the destruction, but we went past where the old toucans was, and then we looked at, one thing I just noticed, there are no sand dunes, but I'm trying to think of something positive about having no sand dunes, and it hit me right away. You can pull off the side of the road, you get all your fishing gear, and you can actually walk down through there, and you don't have to worry about climbing up and over everything or any kind of boardwalk being closed. All you do is just park your car and just walk down to the water. No hills, anything to climb, so no sand dunes. There is a silver lining to this destruction. So the next couple of years, enjoy that way you can. I would imagine they would start marking off some pathways so everybody won't just be scattered all over the place, and that would be a good idea, just make some paths and all and scatter them out. Let's talk a minute let's get back to hunting. I had some really good reports on hunting movement, and one of the things, they're really moving well this time of year. I wrote down Jackson County. I've got some good reports from Jackson County and Washington County and Walton County. You saw those pictures of the Jackson and Calhoun County books, and also the Walton County books. So I was coming through the Phoenix Springs late Sunday and stopped at McDonald's to get a cup of coffee, and ran into the guy who had a nice buck. They had taken Sunday afternoon up there in northern Walton County up around the Funiac. So the bucks are moving right now. They're moving strong. So, find your place, sit on it, and don't make a lot of noise, okay? Let's talk about the nutrition level. nutrition level of different wild game we take. I just get a kick out of this because people are now talking about so much about organic food. Well, we were eating organic a long time ago before it became popular. And the most common, the most wild game eaten is, of course, the deer meat. And the calories, what I want you to look at is on the bottom line, the daily allowance of iron and riboflavin and niacin. That's always good stuff right there. I've always been surprised we had that many milligrams of cholesterol. That's not a lot, but the protein is very strong in whitetail deer and 21% of your iron. Okay, now let's go. That's a deer. Let's go to one of my favorites. I love duck. I haven't eaten it in a while. Again, the same amount. We'll start from bottom, work our way up. Same amount of iron, 21%. The cholesterol, 64, but the protein, 16 grams. That's a big thing, the amount of protein you're getting from this. Okay, also 15%. And now the goose, and I saw some this past weekend over there in Alabama. I love hearing those things fly. You get 12% of your iron, and you get 24 grams of protein. Okay, not much fat in any of these. That's a goose. Now let's go to the turkey, and we're not that far away from spring gobbler season. Turkey, you get 25% of your daily allowance of iron, and your protein, again, 26 grams. So that's always a healthy meal. I love eating wild turkey. And one of my favorites, the bobwhite quail. That's a beautiful bird to me. Again, at the bottom, 22% of your daily allowance of iron and 23 grams of protein. You see, these are all very similar because a lot of their diet is about the same. How about for you rabbit eaters, okay? I hadn't had rabbit in a while. I have eaten it. Tastes like chicken. All right, 23%. Uh-oh, I got a message here. Okay. Let me get back to this. I had a message sent to me while I was on there, Jeff. So let me see if I can get back to my photos. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to be aware of it. And one of the big things is that the protein is very strong. I got it now. That was the rabbit. We got 23%, and that's a cottontail rabbit. 28 grams of protein. That's a lot of protein. And then we're going to the squirrel. I've eaten a lot of squirrel before. Now, squirrel, you're looking at, let's see, how many percent? 32% iron. The squirrel has more iron in it than the deer. Now, isn't that surprising? 32%, and then 26 grams of protein. So that's pretty strong there. All right? And the gator meat is good. Gator meat is real good. You have it don't really give you a lot of it's got 28 grams of protein, and there's a lot of meat on a gator, especially around that tail. And I know some of y'all like that possum. Jeff, that's one of your favorites, isn't it? 22%. Listen, that's impressive. 22% of your daily allowance of iron and 26 grams of protein. A possum has a lot of good food in it. I'm not going to say it tastes good, but a lot of good healthy protein in it. And how about the raccoon? I know y'all have eaten raccoon before. It's got 34% of your iron. Now that is a bunch, 25 grams of protein. Is that amazing? So that's just some, one more, let's do one more. How about a bear? Bear meat, it tastes a little strong, but now it's got 51% of your daily allowance of iron. That's amazing. 28 grams of protein. And let's see. Let's do one more. Let's do like wild hog. All of us eat wild hog. But look at that. You only get 5% of iron because that pork meat is just not as strong as the red meat in your iron. Protein is about 24 grams. So anyway, that's enough there. Just wanted, it's fascinating to me the difference in it, and you had no idea that the bear had that much. So if you go bear hunting, you go bear hunting for meat, I guess. All right, now, I also wanted to talk about fishing. We're going to take a break. I have good midweek reports. I got some good reports coming in Sunday afternoon, and also, a lot of folks have off on Mondays, and people fish on Mondays, so I have some good reports coming in from different places where some trout are really hanging up. So let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Glad you're with us. Let's take a look at our fishing game time brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers, locally owned and locally operated. You don't have to go to these big box stores to get some great bargains. Always remember Blue Water Outriggers when you want to get some outdoor stuff. 7:29 to 9:29 this morning and 7:55 to 9:55 tonight. Let's talk about game movement and all. I talked about deer movement, but I always like in January, I always love to check on, especially the last few years since Ducks Unlimited come up with their website on how to check on the duck movement. Although I'm not duck hunting much anymore, I used to love to duck hunt. I know sort of what's going on, but it's so refreshing to be able to go to their website and just touch base with just a couple of things going on there. And here it is. We showed this before. I haven't showed it this year. These were either the biologists or 95% of these just hunters who sent in reports. And of course, these are daily, almost daily reports. So I picked these up. This was Monday. This was Monday night. I actually put this together. So and they pop up at different places where these pins are. So so I punched down. Of course, you see the first one I punched, and that button right there says Panama City, Florida, and then it says View Reports. So I get excited. So I touched on it, and I moved in. It was Monday, January 14th, 2019, and D. Lee reported increasing numbers of migrations. He was out early in the morning. Remember, it's partly cloudy, temperature 41 to 50. The wind, I love when they get the wind direction. Remember, it was blowing really tough, 15 to 20 miles per hour from the northwest. And here's his comments. 3 of us hunted near the bay. 15 ducks, redheads, scaup, and mergansers, and increasing numbers. God said more ducks now than all season. That right there, that goes right along with this cold weather. A good duck hunter knows these fronts coming in, those cold weather pushes those ducks ahead. So that's a great report right there. All right, so then I went, let's see, I got that one. So then I viewed another close one. I touched that pin right north of Panama City. That was Dothan, Alabama. Find out what's going on in Dothan. Same date, J. Floyd, time early morning, partly cloudy, 41 to 50, 5 to 10. So it wasn't blowing quite as bad in Dothan, but the temperature is about the same. And his comments, I killed a 2-man limit of wood ducks, had a lot flying, but not many landing. Definitely starting to get better. See the optimistic trend you're picking up here in this area? Man, but how about Bayou, the next closest one, that pin to the left of us, the closest one was not Pensacola, it was Bayou La Battery. I love this report because the guy's so honest. Same situation, mid-morning, that tells me something right there, he slept too late. Partly cloudy, temperature 31 to 40, and the wind, it was coming out northwest. Now check his comments. Few birds, not worth the drive. I wouldn't go if I was you. Water too rough for decoy and shy duck. So that's over there by Bayou La Battery, but that was not a good report from there. But anyway, he went mid-morning, so he should have gone earlier. Let's do one more. This is Fort Gaines, Georgia. This is Lake Eufaula area, and some of you guys go up there, and girls. Early morning, this was a Monday report, overcast, temperature 31 to 40, wind coming out northwest. And comments, holy cow, boys, it's been like a light switch the past couple of days. Bluebills, redheads, been flying in my duck boat. I run about 7 long lines and 5 mojos and 30-ounce Texas rigs. If you could get the Duck Commander wannabe kids off the lake and out of my spread with their mud motors, it'd be even better. 5 days a row with 6-man limits, and come to Eufaula, and you won't be disappointed. So anyway, that's taking a look at a lot of the reports on duck hunting, and it's so neat. I used to have to really struggle to get duck reports, and now it's just so easy, and these are genuine bona fide duck hunters and all. So I want to touch base on that. Now also, I had some other things in here. I had another picture. Well, I want to go ahead and go to Google Earth because of the fishing. I told you he's going to talk about the fishing reports, the speckled trout. While these guys duck hunting, a group of guys were out there, and they were trying to catch some trout. Well, this past weekend, there's some really nice trout caught. I saw some good pictures, and I'm going to show you where they were catching them. I know I do this on every Friday, but sometimes during the middle of the week, I like to show it too. So we'll talk about Burnt Mill Creek a lot. This is a go-to place. Okay, I'm going to zero in right in the middle of the screen on Burnt Mill Creek. And just generally what's going on, the trout, they're out in the bay and all, and this cold water gets in there, and they just start going up into Sandy Creek, Burnt Mill Creek, Crooked Creek, and all the feeder creeks all around the area. So Sandy Creek is just like Sandy Creek. We'll talk about that another day. This morning, let's talk about Burnt Mill Creek, okay? Now, of course, the boat landing, we talked about the boat landing there, but what's so great about it, you can actually, you put your kayak in, a small boat, you don't have a big old boat, and you can go, a lot of people go down the creek and fish out in the open here, but a lot of people go across the bridge, and you can just go around these curves, okay? See the curve? I'm trying to keep everything in the center of the screen. And it just parallels the road, okay? And that's shallow. It gets shallow in the wintertime. And you're going up here around that first curve right there where it bends back to the right, that's an excellent place to catch trout. Now, it starts getting, a little shallow up in here, but right, if you want to fish from the road up to that first curve and around just a little bit, I'm telling you that the wintertime trout fishing is really good. And of course, here's a boat ramp, and boat ramp's in decent shape. Okay, you put in right there, and if you're going out now, one of the biggest things I still do this many times I've been out. Right here again, you want to see the power. You can see the power lines. Now you can go off as you look at the screen off to the right, but now that's going to get shallow. Make sure you stay in that channel right there. And fishing in the mouth of that channel right there at the beginning of that goes right there is a good place to go. And of course the redfish, as you get on out, redfishing, and then down the bottom of the curve on the left there. So that's some good places. And again, all the guides use live bait. That's just what they use in wintertime fishing. People love to fish with live shrimp. So I just wanted to recommend wintertime trout fishing, duck hunting. We talked about deer hunting. We talked about all of it on this show. We covered a lot of bases and all. A lot of people are doing it, and we'll get some good reports. In spite of all the bad things going on around us, as far as everything being torn up, there's still a lot of people enjoying outdoors. That's what we want you to do. So we keep talking about it and showing you some places to go and things to do. So live bait fishing in winter has been really good. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up for today. Tomorrow's show, I'm going to show the Outdoor Ed projects. You're going to really enjoy the class of 2019 with Outdoor Ed projects from Moses. So looking forward to tomorrow's show. Do something good today for someone else. Thank you for watching our show, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.